All right, so you heard the other video recently that talked about FBA, Amazon shipping, and kind of the effects, and if you are an Amazon shipper, how you're vulnerable or at risk in the changing world order. Let me explain what's going on, some trends that you should know. And this applies to you no matter who you are, by the way. If you spend money, if you earn money, if you care about money, this is for you, okay? So the US government this year, 2021, is slated to spend somewhere about $8 trillion. The final number is still in debate, but it's gonna be on that order. By the way, that's $8 trillion that it doesn't have, but it can have just like that by printing the money, and that's where the majority of that money comes from. So you might be thinking, well, what's the big problem with that? Well, one, we haven't increased the economy, the actual output, by $8 trillion. And so there's a discrepancy between like the real size of the economy and kind of the perceived fake economy by just dumping money into it. The second, what happens to that money? The government prints the money and they distribute it to the American people. And what do we do with it? We ship it to China. You say, I didn't ship my money to China. Have you shopped on Amazon anytime recently? If the answer is yes, you shipped your money straight to China, okay? Because a lot of the brands on Amazon are really just white labels, okay? They're people in the United States. They're probably American citizens, and they've realized that there's money to be made by just becoming really good at marketing and finding manufacturers in China who can make this stuff really cheap and import it. And so when you buy something on Amazon, a lot of the times it's made and manufactured in China. And so when you buy something there, you send the money and you send it to Amazon, Amazon just passes a lot of that through, right? Straight to China, straight to the manufacturer. So that's exactly what's happening. Now, in one of our former videos, you remember that a country, its bank account, if you will, it grows when it exports stuff and it shrinks when it imports stuff. And so that's what's meant when you run a deficit. A net deficit is when, like, it's every country is importing and exporting at the same time. And so if you just sum up all the goods that are being exported and imported, if you're importing more than you're exporting, then it's a trade deficit and your theoretical bank account is shrinking. All right, and if you're exporting more than you're importing, then that's a surplus. Yay, your country's getting richer. And so right now, $8 trillion are printed, the Americans go, woohoo, here you go, China, whoop, through Amazon, and just dump it all into the Chinese economy. China exports, the United States imports all that stuff, so therefore our bank account shrinks and Chinese bank account grows. All right, now I'm not arguing against the morality of those actions. This is not what this is about. This is not fear-mongering. This is merely just helping you understand what is really happening in the economy, the true movements of how money is created and where it flows, and more importantly, what does this mean for you and what to do about it? Okay, so we talked about if you're a business owner and you are in Amazon shipping, well, then now is the time to understand your dependence on imports and to think through, do you want to continue to have that dependence as we move forward with more? Because as our relationship, even internally as a country, gets more strained, and certainly as our relationship with China gets more strained, there won't be this same ability to just simply import goods and slap your brand on it and then sell it to American people. It won't happen. The same model that worked for the last 2 decades, it's not going to work for the next 2. It's not even going to work for the next 10 years. So watch for more videos that will be dropping and how this impacts you and why it matters. Subscribe, click the bell, make sure you're watching because it's going to impact you and you're going to want to know about it first. So thanks, catch you on the flip side.